the entire world knows, police knows, the media knows that he has done something. What and how, that nobody knows. But the claim is on him. So every moment he is expecting something. That is why even in the trailer he is saying, I don't think it's one person. I have somebody, it's a very big contrast is going to attack me. That's kind of fear, definitely. When you grow old, the fear it's also growing with him. So George Guti still I don't know what he is going to do. He has done something in this film.
On-screen wife, I completely believe him. I completely trust him.
Okay.
Because I know he will not give up on his family.
Right.
He will go to any length. Everybody's trust is on him, thinking that he will take care of us. And we feeling very relaxed and chilling and sleeping fine, peaceful. Especially in Drishyam 3. Well, I'm not supposed to say the moment I said Drishyam 3, both heads were like,
they looked. There was a sudden look from both sides.
I know.
We were discussing about the climax, and the climax there is one dialogue called, now he is gonna prepare for our next this thing. So that is his punishment. Okay, something like that. And he asked me whether is there any possibility of another third part. Then I said, whatever the climax of the third part should be like this. Then he like, that's very interesting. That's what attracted that climax idea of the third part. I have that idea with me at that time.
You had that idea?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's not forget Drishyam 4, which you said.
See, again, possibility.
டார்லிங் ஏசி திருவிழா இந்தியாவிலே குறைந்த மாத தவணையில் ஏசி.
சம்மர் வந்தாச்சு, எங்க கிட்ட விட்டுருங்க, நாங்க பாத்துக்கிறோம்.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Presta Premium Women's Wear. Let your body love it.
Hello. And great to be at a team where the past never stays silent. Correct? That's what it is, right? Now, Lalthar, I want to ask you one thing. Jeethu said that you saw Drishyam 2 on his home theatre, and something about the ending you interpreted in a certain way, and then you said, is it possible to extend this to part 3? What did you find about that? Like, what was your what do you think? What is the idea you had?
It's nothing called idea, it's a possibility. Because George Guti always believes in possibilities.
Yeah.
And definitely it's a kind of premonition or whatever you can call. It is going to be a big franchise. That's a belief, and we have done something nice. And when you narrate the story and when you shoot, it will be totally different. Narration is fine, but when you perform, when you saw the film, when you watch the film, it is entirely different. So I saw some possibilities, so I just discussed with Jeethu.
Right. Now, with these possibilities, you cracked the one thing you said about Drishyam 2 was, how do you give a twist to a 7-year-old crime? That was the difficult thing about Drishyam 2. And you said that cracking that was the difficult part. What was the difficult part about Drishyam 3?
See, basically, and there is a small correction in the previous question actually. After watching that movie, we were discussing about the climax, and the climax there is one dialogue called, now he is gonna prepare for our next this thing. So that is his punishment. Okay, something like that. And he asked me whether is there any possibility of another third part. Then I said, whatever the climax of the third part should be like this. Then he like, that's very interesting. So that's what attracted that climax idea of the third part. I have that idea with me at that time.
You had that idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And after that I started, then I said, actually I have only the climax, I have to reach there. It's not a simple thing.
Right.
So the difficult part in making all the, even the second or the third is one, maintaining that continuity of the characterization. And I was looking for an organic, development. Okay, of the family, what happens in that family after 4 or 5 years. With the second part, everyone thinks that that's a closure. Prabhakar got what he wanted. That family is now they are happy. I mean, in another way. So everything is finished. The case is closed. But for George Uti, he never believes that it is closed forever. He has that fear inside. And whenever a stranger or something weird happening around him, he will be suspicious. Okay, so he is always alert, and that makes his life miserable. So that's the backbone of third part. So that's why I said even first part and the second part, the entire franchise is actually in an emotional drama. But the third one is more emotional, and I am concentrating more on George Uti this time.
Okay.
His fear, his insecurity. Family is almost settled because he told family that everything is safe now. There won't be any problem, and they are chilling now. Yeah. But whenever something happens, he is getting scared, and he doesn't want to alert or and to communicate that to his family. Yeah. Because they will be and he doesn't want to transfer that fear to that family. Yeah. So basically, that's the backbone and that's the story idea of Drishyam 3.
I heard that the singer Chitra had something to tell you which sparked something. What is that?
No, that is actually, she suggested something.
Okay.
She asked me a question. I went for a promotion and she asked me, will George Uti be doing this?
About part 3?
Yeah. Then I said, yeah, that's an idea. And I started that film with that idea.
Oh, so Chitra ji gets the credit for the start.
Yeah. Okay. I even told her that I will put a thanks card for you.
Oh, okay, all right. Mammootty was instrumental in bringing you into the film because at that point you were starring in a film with him. When you first heard the character of Rani, what was the thing that grabbed you?
Yes, I definitely liked the script and definitely loved my character, of course. And but the only problem was, will I be able to do it? Because when I did that movie with Mamuka, it was a very kind of a very cameo kind of a role.
Oh, small, okay.
Yeah, it was not like the mainstream heroine kind of a thing. I just did it for Mamuka, that character. But then when this script was narrated, I really liked it. I loved it. But my problem was, can I really do it? Can I, because I was already having a daughter who was very, very young, it was like just 2 years old. And I was like in a confused mode, whether I could really do this. Can I focus on my acting career now with the 2-year-old child? So that was my biggest question mark. And though I loved it, though I liked it, I was not very sure about it. And I told Jeethu, I told Anthony, the producer of the movie, I told I'm not really sure if I can really do this movie, though I like it, I'm not really sure. And he went back, and thankfully, I thank all my stars today, he came back saying that we would do all the comfort that you want, whatever you wish, we will do, we'll make it happen, but we want you to do this character. We can't think of anyone else other than you. And that is the biggest blessing I feel. Yeah. And thanks to him, thanks to Lal sir, and thanks to Ashirwad. That's how I did Drishyam. I really, really loved it. Because it was like kind of a re-entry for me, which I never thought was possible at that time. And coming back with such a beautiful character and a beautiful movie. But those days then, when we did Drishyam 1, we never expected this franchise that it would grow into something so big. So I really, of course, I loved Rani's character, yes.
Yeah. So, Jeethu, I want to ask you this before I come to you, sir. You have always maintained that you don't make films thinking about the money, that you only think about the story, the characters. That has been your constant endeavor. So, but in this particular case, without, like Meena just said, without expecting it, Drishyam 1 became the biggest grossing Malayalam film ever at that time. So Drishyam 2, expectations grew and something else happened. It was released on OTT. Now Drishyam 3 is coming in theatres, and the producer of Thudarum just said that the pre-sales have gone to this number, that number, whatever. Let's not get into the exact numbers, whatever, right? So there's a lot riding on this movie. When you were scripting this, somehow did you get the thought that, okay, this time I have to think about something about the audience or about the money, the financial investment? Did that thought ever come in?
No, never.
Never?
Never. Because I always approach this for every subject. I never think about the commercial this thing, or I want to approach organically to the characterizations and the subject development. It will never come. Even nowadays, everyone is saying about 100 crore club, 200. It never attracted me. I want to tell stories. Okay, different stories, good stories. I want to entertain people. That's my okay. If my film got an award, I'm happy. If it crossed 100 or 200, I'm happy. That's it. But I'm not aiming for that. I want to make good films. That's it. So now I know that the expectations are sky high for Drishyam 3. Everyone asking me that, are you afraid or are you scared? I'm a little scared, but it doesn't bother me much because I'm pretty confident this is a good film. That's it.
Fantastic.
I don't know how it's going to perform in box office. That doesn't bother me, and fortunately now it is already been sold and the producer is it's already in a safe mode, so I'm very happy right now. That's it.
He spoke about expectations, Lal sir. We just saw a movie of yours with a lot of expectations come in called Patriot, and I loved it, and there has been mixed reactions throughout. But what did you think about the movie, and what did you think about your character in that movie?
Which one?
Patriot.
My character, I like the film. This is again, people, it is like drifting away from the character to the actor. That is there. We cannot make a big shout on that. But when they narrated the story, it is something very different. And I like the film. That's why I did the film. This is a very secret recipe. We don't know how it will come. But when we do a film, I am doing a film with much love, confidence, and this is my job. So I have to be pretty sure about what I am doing, and that is my social commitment. When a role approaches me or when a character is given to me, I should perform with the 100% sincerity, confidence that I did it. The other, like he said, the running of the film or commercial success is all we cannot predict. Yeah. Even for Drishyam 3, what he said, how can we predict this is going to be the biggest gross collector? No. And we cannot play, like especially the sequel or the Drishyam 3, we cannot entertain or we cannot entertain the financial aspect, because you have to concentrate on the character. This is something entire world is looking about George Gutti, family, Prabhakaran. So you cannot play with those characters. You should be very sensitive, you should be very sincere and careful. So making money is a different portion, but to be very honest with the film is the main criteria. That he has done it, and of course the scripting has come out well. And this is something, see, George Gutti, he has to, it's a height of, it's a very philosophical culmination should happen. Because evolving, he's after 13 years, his children have grown, he has to be responsible, they started asking questions, even wife can ask questions, the entire world knows, police knows, the media knows that he has done something. What and how, that nobody knows. But the claim is on him. So every moment he is expecting something. That is why even in the trailer he is saying, I don't think it's one person. I have somebody, it's a very big Congress is going to attack me. That's kind of fear, definitely. When you grow old, the fear it's also growing with him. So George Gutti still, I don't know what he is going to do. He has done something in this film, but that definitely, that is also maybe a kind of, I don't know, he has some ideas. Still, he has got some ideas. He don't say no. I don't know about that character.
Before we move on to you again, I just want to ask you one last thing. There was a time when the Mohanlal character, Tanmatra, Chitram, Talavattam, you died on screen, and perfectly many of these films became huge hits and everything. Nobody shouted, screamed. But today it's changed. What do you think has changed? Do you think audience has changed? Do you think stardom has changed?
No, I think on those, like you said, Tanmatra or Talavatam, the emotional part is very high. So we have taken that character, that graph was so, they have treated the character, the graph is so perfect. That's why the death means they have given a shock to them.
Okay.
But even Patriot, it's a small character. That could be one of the reasons. Yeah, I know you are comparing those films as Patriot. Because the development of that character, why he is dying, the detailing was not there. Maybe, I don't know. Otherwise, a character can die in a film. That is...
One of the things that I noticed last time we spoke, you mentioned that I'm a believer, you said. And in this teaser that you just released, George Gutti is in church. And that's because they show part 1, part 2, and then now today he's a believer. Is this going to be a bit of a film that's driven by conscience rather than like anything else?
Yeah,
rather than the plot or rather than the, like will the police catch him or something like that? Is his own conscience going to be the driver of this
It's
film?
a mix of all these actually. Conscience is there. He has some guilty. His daughter has guilty feelings. His wife has guilty feelings. The entire family has guilty feelings. They have done something against the law or something wrong actually, and they cause a big sorrow to another family. Right? That they are the reason behind that. But it's an unfortunate event. It was an accidental thing, and they are trying to survive. But the conscience, it's haunting him. So that's there. The fear of police is there. So there are times when we will depend on that superpower, right? So maybe he is asking for forgiveness, or he is asking for showing the right path. Maybe I can't reveal not much about this.
But I love the fact that he was alone in that church.
It's called guilt is like hell. To carry it on the shoulder is like carrying a hell on his shoulder. So he has to make it like he has to keep it somewhere. It could be. And still I don't know what he prayed in the church. Seriously. No, the scene is like that he is saying something, but I don't know. It's the turmoil, what is happening inside, I don't know about that. And I think he doesn't know also. Because the character has gone from his hands.
It's gone from his hand. Now, actually this is something that Lal sir said long back, it is not easy to understand George Gutti, right? He made this statement. As his on-screen wife, how do you understand this character and how do you understand your character?
On-screen wife, I completely believe him. I completely trust him.
Okay.
Because I know he will not give up on his family.
Right.
He will go to any length to save his family, to keep them secure. So me as well as the children, they completely trust him. Then that is what makes it, more difficult for him, for George Gutti's character, because everybody's trust is on him, thinking that he will take care of us. And we feeling very relaxed and chilling and sleeping fine, peaceful. But then he's the one who goes through all that turmoil and taking everything on his hands and trying to be the savior of the family. And on-screen wife is like, especially in Drishyam 3, well, I'm not supposed to say it. The moment I said Drishyam 3, both heads were like,
we both looked at
There was a sudden look from both sides.
I know, thank you. So, yes, as the wife character is completely, trust George Gutti.
Yeah. But how was it like, as an actor, you're acting with two little girls in the very first film, and now it's like, 13 years later, 12, 14 years later, and they're grown-up girls. What was it like, that interaction? How did it change?
Well, it is not like I'm seeing them after 13 years exactly, because see, when I did Drishyam 1, I did Drishyam 1 in Telugu also. And we did Drishyam 2 after 13 years, and I did Drishyam 2 again in Telugu, and then came Drishyam 3. So I've been like continuously seeing them, seeing their progress.
Drishyam is a big part of your life.
Big part of my life. Yes, completely.
It's like coming back home, right?
Yes, and it's like Drishyam is actually like coming back home. It's like a reunion, and seeing everyone, being there with them, the same house, the same people, the same children, and seeing them grow in front of your eyes, literally.
Yeah.
Seeing them like kids, and then growing up, and then one is like studying and going abroad, and one is like, it's like seriously, I mean, in personal life, I'm saying the girls are like really grown up. The second daughter is like kind of studying somewhere in UK or somewhere like that. In personal life, I'm talking about, not the movie.
Listen, don't reveal all this.
So I'm
No,
just
the
saying-
girl, she's
No, I'm just,
even the girl.
No, I'm just saying.
No, she is in the London School of Economics. She
Yeah,
studied.
so that's what I'm saying. I'm like completely there in their life too, seeing them like literally grow up, So it's like really a very beautiful feeling, to see them really grow in front of your eyes.
You were talking to a friend, and he was narrating an incident about a family and says two families, and both families are right and wrong. But now, that's what helped you develop Drishyam 1. But now, after 2 further installments, do you have a better sense of what this man did? Was it right or wrong, or do you still think it's hard to decide?
No, after the first installment itself, I came to that conclusion.
Which is what?
Whatever he did is right. Actually, he has no. Even I am in real life. If I am in his place, I will do the same.
Yeah.
I have to protect my family.
Right.
That's it. So it's actually perspective. Who is right, or what is wrong? It's perspective. It depends on. We can decide only considering so many aspects. Yeah. So even suppose in a car accident, we'll say that somebody dies. We are not saying that that guy is a murderer, right? It's an accident. The situation is different. Like that, in this situation, his daughter has done something accidentally.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the problem is, actually, he could have go to the police. But unfortunately, that boy was son of a IG. Yeah. So he's pretty sure that they are not going to get proper justice. So he has no other option to wife already hide that body. So now he has to support his family.
Yeah, so she's responsible for everything.
Yeah.
So
She started it.
She started
and he's continuing that this thing.
Yeah. But I don't think you thought of that angle, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly she's realizing, oh my God, I started it all. So, but there was an interview where you said that when the first one released, you thought people would be split between both sides, but then everybody was sympathizing with George Gutti. So that's when you realized that this is what it is.
But at that time, when I heard that two-family story, that guy was in a perplexed situation, and what he said is, I don't know whom to support. Both are right and wrong. So then I thought, I was not in the film industry at that time. It is in 2000. So I thought, what the same situation comes in front of the audience, how they will react. That was the actually that spark of Drishyam.
Yeah. And now everybody supports whatever he is going through. So we are rooting for you. Full and full this time. So
no, the entire the audience is supporting George Gutti and family, not only me.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that Jeethu never gets angry on set. He's very, very calm. Is that true?
Yeah. True.
But we never give him a chance to get
Yeah.
angry or. But this is a very like a picnic. We shoot the film. Jeethu is very serious, but we are not serious.
Yeah.
Because we have the family. Already George Gutti and family is in a total mess up condition. So while doing the shooting, we can be happy. When film comes, let them have the kind of all unhappiness. But in the set, definitely we chill out.
Yeah.
And definitely he is in his job, and we don't give him trouble.
Yeah. Now,
But I don't know. He definitely this basically reflex is there. So he can shout. He has all the reasons to shout. Somebody will give a reason also. Not from our side.
Not from our side. Definitely no.
one thing I've heard about Lal sir is that he can be anything off camera, but the minute the camera comes on, he can just switch over.
Yes.
How about you? What is your? Do you need to be like a little serious before a serious scene or something like that, or you also can?
Well, I used to be like that long back, but not really, not now.
Now you're.
I'm kind of able to, not to his extent, but then, yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
And we don't give chance to her to become serious. Before that.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Now, Rani is a full-time homemaker. You are a professional, and of course, there are other aspects to you as well. What is the aspect of Rani that you think is closest to the real-life Meena, and what is the aspect of Rani that is so different from you?
Well, the Rani character is quite innocent and quite bubbly, which I am in real life too. So a little naughtiness also included. That's me.
That's you.
Yes.
And what's not you?
Well, I'm not able to think of anything really.
Okay. She's kind of like you.
Yeah, she's kind of like me.
Yeah.
Yes, more or less.
What about George Guti? Is he somebody that you identify with in some way? Or is it just a character for you?
It's a big question. When we do the film, when we watch the film, I think, my God, what is he? His character. Otherwise, George Guti, because entire world is ready to accept Drishyam 3. They are waiting. Wherever I go, they will come and ask. So George Guti has become a major part in my life. I don't want to take any shades from him because then, but George Guti always, he wants to be very honest, he wants to be very jolly, he wants to live up with his family, but unfortunately he doesn't have that kind of peace. So he always in a solitude, he always in thought process, anything can happen. He is expect the unexpected thing. That is a very big philosophy. And what you said is correct. Slowly, some kind of revelations are happening in him. So he wants to give peace to himself.
Yeah.
So that is his intention. So if you ask me what is the shade of George Guti in my life, I cannot say anything. And of course, the family bond is fine.
Yeah.
That is a great thing. Otherwise, he is not intelligent. He is a very, what you can call, he is intelligent, but the reflexes are so good on him. Of course, I believe in reflexes. That is, otherwise, how can I act?
Yeah.
So the connection between George Guti and myself, if you ask me, I can take this point. I got a very good reflex in the sense, an observing power.
Yeah.
And George Guti never underestimate a person. Same with me. Why should I underestimate another person? Oh, he is not that clever. No. George Guti, in his eyes, each and everyone is much cleverer than him. So he should be very cautious. So I am something like that. These are the qualities.
Nice. Very nice answer. When you first narrated the character of George Guti to him, do you remember his reaction?
No, actually, I narrated the entire subject to Anthony.
Yeah.
And Anthony immediately said, we are doing this project. Ashirwad is doing this project. You should narrate this subject to Mohanlal sir. Then, okay, whenever you tell me. And at that time, I was on the recce of memories.
Ah.
So the next day, Anthony called me and told me that Lal sir is here. Can you come and narrate this thing? Yeah, I will be there in 1 hour or 2 hours because I was already slightly away. I was looking for a location for memories. Then I came to that location after 2 hours and I was sitting there and I was getting prepared for narrating the story because I'm narrating it to Mohanlal sir for the first time, right? So I was doing my homeworks and I was standing there. Then immediately Lal sir came out of the room and then he was behind him and he came, and as he passes me, he said, yeah, I heard the story. It's a very good story. And he just, then I looked at Anthony. Yeah, I done it because I was a little late. So Anthony is the one who narrated it first. Later that, when I was reading the script, we were discussing about the characterization, and that's in the sets of Jilla. It's in Chennai. So when I was narrating that characterization, he already know the subject and he himself had an idea of the characterization. So I couldn't find that first time reaction from him.
From him. So you were denied that opportunity.
Yeah,
Like, how
yeah.
is he reacting when you're narrating it? I feel a little sad for you because this is such an iconic character in your career, his career, like, you know, and hers. So it's kind
But
of.
we never thought that this is going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Of course, that is the horoscope of this film.
Yeah. I have a question about you, because you mentioned Vijay, I want to ask you about, Jilla, I want to ask you about Vijay, not anything political, but being there's a story that he asked you to play that character, phoned you, and you immediately said yes. I want to ask you, being a superstar yourself, how do you look at his superstardom? What do you think is keeps people so attached and like, why is he so loved by people? What when you observe?
Same thing, like the characters we play. Like,
It's basically the
100%.
characters. It's not the personal stuff.
nobody knows about my personal life and my personal like thing. But the characters definitely they influence. And, see, it is not like when we came into the film industry, there was not these kind of exposure. Now, even in a phone, you can see the old films. So it is every day you are watching something, and like MGR, this is through films only, through his characters only. And we never look upon the personal life. That is different thing. But this is a major impact. Film has got that's a magic.
Yeah.
So nobody knows about it. See, like Rajinikanth or Amitabh Bachchan. All the stardom is a very big, and of course, and there should be some kind of, what I don't know, that is again a magic.
Yeah. There's an unknowable magic.
Yeah, it is a unknowable.
Yeah. When you've acted just in one movie with Vijay, very, very long back, right? At that time, everybody says he was this very introverted, very, very, not very, this thing. Did you ever expect him to kind of become this huge superstar? Did you get that inkling? No, I mean, obviously, it's hard to say.
No, he was a superstar already when I worked with him. When he was, I just did one song with him, that movie. It's not like a complete movie.
Yeah.
So, he was a good dancer, and I love dancing, and somehow that, in fact, I wasn't too sure those days, like a heroine doing one song number, that was not like the in thing then.
Yeah.
That was very, very new, something very new, so I wasn't really sure whether I should go for it. But then, there were a lot of recommendations around me. Everybody were like, a song pannunga. So I just thought, okay, fine, just one song.
There's a pattern. See, the song you had to be convinced. For this film, you had to be convinced. It's like you're saying no to everything, but all the good things happen when you say no to that.
Whenever I have a doubt, then yes.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
She has got the art of denial.
So, you, with Drishyam 2, you said that I would request the audience not to compare it to the original, but see it as an independent film, like not necessarily as a this one. How are you going to position this one? Is it like something that you want us to watch Drishyam 1 and 2 and then watch this, or so that we get a continuity? How do you position this?
Yeah, if you haven't watched 1 and 2, then don't watch 3.
Yeah.
You have to start from the first part.
No, I mean to remind ourselves, I know vaguely what happened in 1 and 2, but maybe it's not super fresh in my mind. Would you want me to do a refresher kind of a thing,
So, when you're going to watch Drishyam 3, you'll get that refreshing. It's there.
It's there.
It's
okay.
there.
It's there. Okay.
Because we need to refresh all those things.
Yeah.
What was happening at that time of Drishyam 1, how that characterization were at that time, what change comes when it comes to Drishyam 2. So we are just, in the beginning, we are just giving a small recap of this thing. So that people can immediately connect this thing.
So, apart from Drishyam, what would you say are your memorable characters? Something that has lasted, like people still remember you by?
In Malayalam?
Yeah.
My first film with him, Varnapagatta.
Yeah.
They still, yesterday also they were still talking about that.
Yeah, actually even Udayananathan.
Udayananatharam, yes. All the movies I worked with Lal sir is like, I had very beautiful characters. They still remember the character names.
Okay.
Not just the movie or the character, they also remember the character name.
It's a very famous, very interesting film called Chandru also.
Yeah,
It's also very good.
yeah, very beautiful characters, and luckily I'm blessed to have those kind of very beautiful characters. Yeah, it's not just the movie where you play just one character and then the movie is a big hit and people don't remember you, only the movie. It's not like that. They remember my character as well. So that is something really, really I'm grateful for.
Yeah. When you structured her character as part of two, again, the word organic comes to mind. Because she was a very integral part of this kind of his journey, her journey. At times they are united. At times these journeys are, he's trying to protect her from certain things. Was it difficult to write her character in 3?
No.
Okay.
Actually, for me, for writing these characters in 2 and 3 is very easy because I already designed that characterization. Now,
but they could also change, right?
Yeah. The only thing I had to think is what all changes that can happen in them. Yeah, when it comes Drishyam 2, she knows that he headed somewhere and he doesn't want to reveal this thing, but herself is scared. Whenever something happens around him, she has all the confidence in him, but when there is something happens, she has that fear. So, but she doesn't want to ask him because she knows that he will never going to answer. But there is at one point, because that's where the police tricked her actually. Then she asked, because she cannot hold it any longer. It's been for 5-6 years, and even in the dialogue, it's so many years. Whenever the police is looking for body here and there, I am getting scared. So please, at least tell me where it is so that I can handle myself. But you know what happens there. So, and at one point, that cop, that cop's character, actually, that cop character tricked her to reveal that secret. She is basically a normal housewife, a normal village housewife kind of character. So, not that difficult in modifying that characterization, but I made some small changes. It was not that difficult.
Right. So when you both heard the story or his narration of Drishyam 3, did you both feel that, yes, that feeling of...
Oh yes. See, it happened during the COVID time, and he called me one...
3?
No, 2.
2.
Oh, you were talking about 3.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, yes. I was like completely thrilled. I was like waiting for the third part. I was like waiting. Second, I didn't expect, because I suddenly got a call and saying like, shall we do Drishyam 2? That's how it happened. But Drishyam 3, I was like expecting when it's gonna happen. So like the moment I got a call and the moment I got the script, and I was completely thrilled. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, and you, sir?
Sir, this is like, I was, when I heard the story, definitely, this is something very new. And of course, I told you, I asked him, we need some kind of culmination to this character, some kind of, set him free. He should be free from this kind of grief. And I think he has done it.
Okay, we'll not ask him anything else. So...
But done it in the sense, we can make Drishyam 4.
Yes. So I know, okay, now he's clarifying something. So, you did not want to do the Hindi version of Drishyam because you said you were a little unhappy about the casting. Ideally, who would you like to have played the George Cooley equivalent?
I never said anything.
That's something out there.
No.
That's wrong information?
No.
Okay.
Actually, in the first part, the first right of refusal was there. And they said they wanted to bring an Bollywood director. Then I said, okay. Even after the success of 1, this thing, at the time of 2, I put the same clause there. And I definitely, I thought I'm going to direct the Hindi version. But I think Kumar Mangad, he wanted his son to this thing. So I said, okay.
Okay. So that's
I never said anything like that.
Right. One interesting thing that I heard was when you were shooting Drishyam, Mohanlal sir was coming off a series of films that he had of a certain type, and people were telling you, "Sir, this character needs to be more aggressive, a little more aggressive." but you were very confident that this is how I want George Kutty to be. Like, what was that advice that was coming to you?
No, actually nobody advised me anything. I know because I shared this storyline with Anthony, and after that we shared it with Lal sir, and he was happy with that characterization. Then why should I bother about some others' advice? Because I am confident.
Yeah.
If he said something like that, then definitely. Then somebody told me that at least George Kutty should give a slap back to that cop. Then I asked him, do you think it's good? Something like that. Then I said, actually, George Kutty has that guilt feeling because that cop is doing a right thing. He is investigating a case, and but he has a hidden agenda. That's there. Yeah. So since he has done something wrong and he has that guilt feeling, he cannot slap him back. That's not George Kutty's characterization, and he supported me on this. Yeah. No, and I was not listening to anybody's this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I think that news item was about, this aggression of George Kutty. So anyway, so this is something that whether you like it or not, there are a lot of expectations about this movie, and it's like it's literally like I told you the last time how my reaction was when I saw Drishyam 1. Like, my stomach was literally in knots, and when I was thinking about how are you going to take this forward after all that, and after the police station came up, Drishyam 2 came up, and then you had an eyewitness, and that was a brilliant way to set it up. Really looking forward to the third part.
I just want to say, Drishyam 2 was totally different from Drishyam 1.
Yeah.
Drishyam 3 is totally different from 1 and 2. It's totally a different this thing. So keep your expectations little low and watch the film. You will enjoy it. That's it.
No, this is actually, Drishyam 3 is more of like emotions between the two families, the George Kutty family and the Prabhakaran's family. It's more between the emotions that's played between the two families.
So, yeah. So, looking forward to an emotional drama, would that be right?
Yeah,
it's a family drama.
The entire franchise, I'm saying it's an
Yeah,
emotional drama, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. And this time, and this is one
family
more thing,
drama.
sir. We want to communicate with the people. This time, we have dubbed Telugu, Tamil, Kannada version
okay.
of our film, because they are not doing a remake. So
Okay.
we are dubbing this Drishyam 3 in all 3 languages.
In the final question, in your career, if you were to take one more, like, for example, for me, like I've spoken to you about Tuvana Tumbikal in the romantic side, Spadikam in the more, little more macho side kind of a thing. What is, like, if you were to compare another character that became as iconic as Drishyam 3, George Kutty, what would you say? Your immediate choice.
It's totally different. I cannot compare.
Okay.
Yeah, how can you compare?
Okay.
But the kind of emotions, that kind of turmoil, because it's a sequel.
Yeah.
One film, of course, if you ask me, I can say Tanmartha or Brahmaram or Pranayam, Tuvana Tumbikal, so many films, Namukka Parkan Mundri, so many different genre. But this is something continuously, for the 13 years, one character is living with me. That's something very.
And let's not forget Drishyam 4, which you said.
Yeah,
so
fine.
Like,
I don't know. Maybe I
don't
will
know
take
about
another
4.
5 years.
I don't know about 4, but
well, but yeah, okay, let's.
See, again, possibility.
Possibility. Thank you all so much.
Thank you,
All
sir.
the best.
Thank you.
டார்லிங் ஏசி திருவிழா இந்தியாவிலே குறைந்த மாத தவணையில் ஏசி.
சம்மர் வந்தாச்சு, எங்க கிட்ட விட்டுருங்க, நாங்க பாத்துக்கிறோம்.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Presta Premium Women's Wear. Let your body love it.
Presta.